Welcome to our show, Get to Know Your Neighbor. I'm your host, Cameron Giesman with Giesman Homes. Each week we interview local neighbors and business owners of Fishers, Indiana, and share their stories with you. Don't forget to click the like button, post an emoji, or comment below. And if you have a friend or business owner or just business that we could showcase, please feel free to share and send me a message. Tonight, we are interviewing Jason Kessler, owner of Fishers Elite Martial Arts and Fishers Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Boxing. Jason was referred by Jared Koopman, a local police officer whose whole family has been training with Jason and have loved it. I actually posted to Instagram today about it. Some videos of them. So in 1995, Jason helped out open a Taekwondo gym with a friend. What started kind of small has grown into an even larger facility where they teach many different martial arts and are actually the only gym in Fishers teaching jiu-jitsu. I must admit, I don't know very much about this sport or this arena. It's new to me, but hoping we get to see some members in action and see the studio and stuff. And so I'm just really excited. Make sure to tune in during the whole interview because Jason has so kindly given an amazing giveaway, which is a 1 month free pass and and a uniform. So you can pick one or the other, which he'll explain that. But I'm excited to see who wins that and who gets to experience the joys of Fishers martial arts. So anyways, please welcome Jason Kessler.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. You're right. It is now starting to do boxing. Do they ever hit
They're
each
just
other?
Sorry?
Do they actually is it where you get to hit their body, or is it just hitting mitts?
No, we have fighters at the gym. So people that do boxing and Muay Thai, and then MMA, obviously Jiu-Jitsu tournaments as well, with Taekwondo tournaments. So all of our things that we offer, people compete in those if they choose to. But if not, it's not necessary either. So in the class, the majority of the class is going to be technique, working angles, like how to punch, how to slip, how to move, those kind of things. And then we've got I'm going to move you around for just a second, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So we've got our boxing ring over here. Our boxing ring is where the guys will get in and do sparring and things like that, as well as out on the floor too.
That's awesome. Okay, so you have two gyms. So this is one side, right?
Correct. We've got two facilities that are next door to one another. The original facility, which was Fishers Martial Arts, Fishers Taekwondo, we moved over here from 116th and Allisonville back in 2000. And then when we expanded over here next door in 2010 into the second facility, and then we expanded again and made this facility, we doubled in size in 2017, I think, 2016, 2017.
Oh my gosh. Well, it looks awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I like the space. I did not know how close you were.
I'm sorry?
You're really close to me. You're right around the corner, which is nice.
We're in a good spot. When we moved here in 2000, there was nothing here. So
there wasn't anything there?
Yeah, everything was over at 116th and Allisonville kind of area, and things hadn't really expanded out in this direction yet.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, we're going to jump into the questions because I know we don't have a whole lot of time. What do you love about owning a business in Fishers?
It's a good question. I feel lucky that I ended up in Fishers. It was not like a plan. It wasn't like, I came to Fishers on purpose. I ended up here working another job. And then my friend that I worked with, we did martial arts back in Virginia, which is where I'm from. And he had asked me about opening up a martial arts academy because we couldn't really find anything that they liked here at the time. And so we opened up in 95. And Fishers has just been great to us. We know so many people in the community. I was lucky enough to be on the Spark Parade Committee for the first year. And have gotten to do a lot of things with the city and the police officers here and the firefighters here. Fishers is such a great community of people. I love it, and I try to support it as much as possible by staying in Fishers. I hardly leave Fishers ever, whether it's for dinner or movies or whatever.
Yeah. I leave Fishers for clients, but everything else, it's like we just have so much going on in Fishers
Oh, yeah.
that why go anywhere else?
I agree completely.
Tell us a little bit about your story. You kind of hit on it a little bit that you kind of opened it with a friend, but can you kind of like tell us, because when we talked, it's not what you saw yourself doing. So can you kind of tell us your story of how you really came about doing
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. So I had done martial arts a little bit as a teenager, but never really did anything with it. And then when moved up here, and I helped my friend open up. And at the time, we weren't really, teachers, per se. So we actually hired someone that we knew to come up from Mobile, Alabama. And they started with the Fishers facility is how we started. And I helped to teach, but I wasn't the main teacher. And I worked another job for 2.5 years while it was going. And then I quit that job to do this full time. And I feel lucky that the opportunity came to me and that we're going strong and going better than ever.
So what made you pick jujitsu? Because I know we kind of talked about that because it's not because you're the only one. And so it's like, what made you want to go down that path? Because from what I understand, it's a little different.
It is. So I was doing Taekwondo, was my main thing, and watched UFC and was like, I gotta learn this jiu-jitsu stuff, right? And I gotta check it out. So I started looking into jiu-jitsu, which at that time, when I started jiu-jitsu, it was 1999. So we had been open for 4 years at the time, and there really wasn't a facility that offered a full schedule to where you could really go. So the first guys that we ended up with were in Michigan. His name was Tim Murphy out of Basai Karate Academy up there. He was a blue belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. So we started working with him where he would come down like in January, and then we would go up there in March, and he would come back down 2 months later, and so on and so forth. So we were only traveling every 4 months, but we'd see each other every 2 months.
Oh,
And
okay.
we kept kind of informal classes every Saturday going through that time. And then I got into MMA once I joined a regular jiu-jitsu gym, once jiu-jitsu started to expand a little bit, and just kept running with it. And I was teaching Taekwondo full time until probably 10 years ago when I started teaching the jiu-jitsu full time. And it's I've got great people. We've got a great staff. Casey Young, she is our head instructor over on the Taekwondo side. She's a 6th-degree black belt. Been teaching for over 20 years. She started with me when she was 11, and she's now in her 30s.
Oh my God.
So she's phenomenal. Much better than me at certain things when it comes to teaching.
Gotta love that. Okay, explain, because I know, because I'm watching these guys in the back, and that, like, this boxing, like, I get.
Right.
But tell us the different types of martial arts that there are, and then, like, what the differences are between them.
Well, there are tons of martial arts, so we'll kind of just contain it to what we do. So
Okay,
again,
yes.
we do the Taekwondo. So we do a traditional Taekwondo. So there are two main types of Taekwondo, ITF and WTF. We do the non-Olympic style. So Olympic style Taekwondo, they wear chest protectors. There's no punching to the head. It's very sport oriented. The Olympic Committee took it and changed what Taekwondo was. We teach a traditional Taekwondo. So the Taekwondo that we do is a little bit more practical for everyday use. When I did MMA and I fought before, that was my main stand-up base was the Taekwondo program. And I felt really confident on my feet with almost everybody. So as we look into expanding into boxing, I had a boxing coach that I worked with when I was fighting, and I was lucky enough to have him come in and start coaching boxing here with us, and then the Muay Thai kickboxing. We've had a couple different of the coaches for that. Obviously, stand-up's my base, so I can always teach with those guys sometimes. But right now, we've got Brady Hobermail and David Burness, who teach those classes. David Burness right now is our head Muay Thai coach. He's a professional fighter, had a ton of pro and amateur fights, really knows what he's doing. And he's got some guys coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. I think we've got 4 guys going over to Missouri to do some kickboxing matches over there. And then for the jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu is more of a wrestling-based sport with submissions. So think wrestling with chokes and arm locks, leg locks. Pretty much encompasses, what jiu-jitsu is.
Do you have kids that are like on wrestling teams that kind of come to you too because they learn?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've had a bunch of my kids that do jiu-jitsu here. It gets them interested in wrestling. Right, or kids that are doing wrestling look for something to do in off season, and so we'll get them coming into it.
Yeah,
and then we get a lot of adults that wrestled through high school, or even did some college wrestling, or actually did college wrestling at a high level, but are looking for that competitive thing again, which is really hard to find as an adult at that level. So you can come into a jiu-jitsu and you can do that, right? So with competitions and tournaments, we've got guys that we send to Worlds, Pans, local tournaments as well. So it gives them a chance to compete at a high level.
Wow. Okay. Didn't know that. Didn't know you could do that. So these are like adults behind you, right? But what are the ages and what does that look like? Like what age is a good age to start at for a parent? All of that.
So in my opinion, it really depends upon what you want them to get out of it. Okay. So a lot of kids, we start at 3 and 4 years old for our Taekwondo program.
Okay.
And honestly, the biggest advantage of doing the 3 and 4 year old program are social skills. How to treat other people, how to sit still, how to listen, how to be respectful of your teachers and your peers, other people around you, those kind of things. So and as they get a little bit older, like if it's martial arts, like something they want to do like long term, or they're going to turn it into something, I really honestly think somewhere around that 7 or 8 year old age range is a great time to start. That doesn't mean that starting at 5 or 6 or 7 isn't a good idea. Again, it depends on what your goal is. So a lot of kids that we get have tried team sports, just didn't like it, or they didn't fit well in team sport. And there's a lot of pressure in team sports usually. People are counting on you to make the basket, catch the ball, make the pass. They're counting on you, and do you feel like you let them down, or sometimes they're vocal about you letting them down?
Yes. And
martial arts is a team sport where everybody's working together to a common goal, but it's an individual sport. Nobody's counting on you to, make a basket or catch a ball.
Right. I like that. I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, so 3, 4 is your youngest. How old is your oldest?
So right now, I think my oldest gentleman is 58. We've got a few guys that are in their 50s, and I've had some ladies that are in their 50s as well. Right now, I think the oldest lady I have is 54.
Nope. I couldn't do it. I can't do it now.
Well, you think that, but like when people come in, that's the thing that most people comment, which is, I thank everybody pretty regularly, because the value of a martial arts facility, in my opinion, are the people that are a part of the facility, right? The people that are a part of the academy. So when we bring new people into jiu-jitsu or boxing or Muay Thai or Taekwondo, everybody, obviously the staff and the instructors and the coaches, but everybody on the team is super supportive of that new person that comes in.
Right.
People say hi to them, they introduce themselves, they help them out, they help them through the class, they help them after the class. It's just a really supportive environment that a lot of people think, they're going to come in and, I don't know what's going on. I mean, and people make them feel really comfortable, make them feel at home. And, the other advantage for us is we probably have, with people that we offer trials. We have different ways to get started, right? So we offer trials. We have a bunch of different options on how to, join the team, those kind of things. We probably have about 50 new people start every month. On a high end, maybe 60 to 70 new people that either do a trial or, check out a class or go ahead and join or whatever it is that they're doing. So there's always someone new, which is great. So you don't really feel out of place when you're in you're with a bunch of people that have been here for a really long time. There are people that have been here for, 15 plus years. But there are always people that have been here for a week or a class or 2.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. So talk about some of the programs that you offer, because you kind of said that a little bit of like, okay, you have different, like like either like gym memberships, so to speak, but like, can you do just like one class? Can you do like a set of classes? Like what kind of programs do you have?
It really just depends upon what it is that you're interested in.
Okay.
And so like we have Madison, she's our program director. So she's the one that when you come in, she'll have you sign a waiver. She gets you whatever you need to borrow for the class. So like if you're doing a boxing class for your first day, she'll get you a pair of loaner gloves to borrow for the class. If you're doing jiu-jitsu and it's a gi jiu-jitsu day, she'll get you a gi fitted for you to borrow for the class. So she'll get you whatever you need. And then when the class is over, she'll give you all the different options that we have. We don't really do a buy the class thing for most of the things that we do.
Okay.
We offer it for our fitness kickboxing. And the reason is because ultimately when people are looking at doing something, they're trying to get better at it. They're trying to show improvement. If you do one class and then you don't show up for a week or two and do another class, you're just going to be frustrated in the end, right? So most all of our options allow people to come as much as they want. And for the Taekwondo program, we offer all those classes 6 days a week. So that Taekwondo program starts at 3 and 4. Our regular kids program starts at 5. We have a huge teen program. We have a really large adult program as well. And those people all have their own class 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. We do daytime classes, evening classes. And so we do every day, we do a 3 and 4 year old class. We do a 5 and above beginner class, a 5 and above intermediate class, a 5 and above advanced class, a teen class, and an adult class. So every day we offer that, and Monday through Saturday. And then over here on the jiu-jitsu side, we offer kids jiu-jitsu. We do 4 days a week. If you're a kid that's 8 and older, then you've got a Monday and a Wednesday option. If you're 5 to 8, then you got a Tuesday, Thursday option. And then all of the kids do no-gi jiu-jitsu training on Friday, and all of the kids do a competition training on Saturday. So they've got 4 options a week. Our boxing program goes with our Muay Thai program. So boxing is offered Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday evenings, with our Muay Thai program on Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings. And then our jiu-jitsu program, we do Monday through Friday daytime, Monday through Friday evening time. We do a Saturday daytime and a Sunday evening time. So we do 7 days a week.
Tons of times, yeah.
Yeah. So lots of options to get in and when you have free time.
Yeah, that's a lot of times. I don't think I expected you to say so like that there's so many options, right?
Yeah, we have and I think that's what sets us apart is we're here all the time. And this is what we do. This is what we love. All of the whole staff. We're here 6-7 days a week. All of our coaches are here 6 days a week. Most of us, though, some of us are here 7 days a week. So, like Casey, our main staff is here 7 days. Madison, she's our program director. She's here 7 days a week. I'm here 7 days a week. Some of my other coaches, though, are with boxing. If there's a boxing specific coach, they're only here 3 days a week.
Yeah. What else would you say sets you apart from other gyms other than kind of that? Because you kind of told me a couple other things last time.
Our attitude and the atmosphere, the environment in general. The big thing that I tell people all the time is that our job is to make each other better, right? We're not competing when we're in the academy. We're trying to help each other get better. That means a few different things. If somebody's brand new, they're timid, they don't really know what to expect, then your job is to help them, talk to them, like go really slow, help them out, just kind of help them along. And if somebody's been training for 10, 15 years, they're trying to compete at a high level. I've got guys competing down in Orlando next weekend at IBJJF in Orlando. And so those guys are trying to get hard rounds in. So the guys that have been around for a while are pushing them as hard as they can, being aggressive, trying to make them better. But again, in a positive way that people aren't getting hurt, trying to make sure the key to getting better is to be on the mat more often. And so if you get injured when you're training, you can't do that. So we have a really good mindset to keep people safe.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I keep hearing the 3 beeps. What's the 3 beeps?
So that's our jiu-jitsu timer that's still going. So if you look down, we've got some jiu-jitsu guys way down on the far end that are still working on some stuff. And then the boxing guys obviously are working on their thing. The jiu-jitsu timer on most every night we do 5 or 6 minute rounds. and with a 30-second rest, depending upon the night. On Tuesday nights, because we have boxing, so every class for Jiu-Jitsu, we got 12 classes a week. Every class has unlimited open mat times, so you can stay as late as you want. Monday, Wednesday, we start open mat at 8:30. Class is over at 8:30. I'm typically here till 10:30. People are rolling till pretty much 10 o'clock, and then people want to hang out and talk and, whatever, till 10:30. Now, not everybody does that. Some people I got to get home and go to bed. They get out of here at 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock. But that's part of the team, that we have, atmosphere, people helping each other out and wanting to spend time together and talk. But Tuesdays and Thursdays are shorter rounds. So we do 2-minute Tuesdays, where the rounds are 2 minutes long, and 3-minute Thursdays, so the rounds are 3 minutes.
I just kept hearing it. I'm like, okay, I'm like trying to keep track and see if I know what that beeping was, but I wasn't noticing a big difference.
You can see the timer right above my finger.
Oh, okay.
And it tells them what round it is, how much rest time they get, and then how much active time they get.
Jason, do you ever sleep?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I go to dinner on Mondays and Wednesdays. My late night, I go to dinner about 11 o'clock. The only things open in Fisher's at 11 o'clock on those times at 10:30 maybe, are Applebee's and IHOP. If you're going to go and eat. So we're in Applebee's and IHOP quite a bit. BW3 if we get out early enough. And then like on Tuesday, Thursday, a little bit earlier, we're out usually by 9:30. So we can pick up that. El Rodeo is one of my favorite places. Fairhead, all the places around. So, try to be local all the time as much as possible.
Yeah.
But late, it's really difficult because
it is hard.
Locally owned places are not open late. But
no,
get home, go to bed about 12:30, and get up at 8, and back at it.
No,
it's great. I love it.
Jason, no. Okay, so of all of the things that you do at your gym, what is Jason's favorite?
What is my favorite?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about martial art wise, I'm Jiu-Jitsu is just, I love it. I can't say that I'm not passionate about Taekwondo though.
Right. What do you like to get on the ground? Like, what if you were like, okay, you could pick one thing to do right now, like to go on the floor and do, what would you do? It would
be Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's I think though my favorite thing, if you're, to be honest, the Jiu-Jitsu thing would be what I would pick to work out it with. And part of that's though due to injuries too. So I can work out Jiu-Jitsu around certain injuries I have. Like I've got a torn ACL currently, and so that allows me to kind of work around that a little bit.
Okay.
But honestly, my favorite thing to do is to watch people in that light bulb moment. When you're helping somebody, you're teaching somebody, they're like, I'm trying to get it, and then all of a sudden they get it. That's my favorite part about what we do.
Yeah, I love that. We're nearing the end, so let's do the giveaway. Can you show everybody what the giveaway is?
Yes.
So that they can understand.
Yeah, these are samples. We will put together whatever it is that you prefer, right?
Okay.
So as an example, this is our Jiu-Jitsu gift basket. So inside, there's a month certificate of coming to class for free. So come as much as you want for the entire month. You don't have to start at the beginning of the month. If you start on the 17th, you can come until the 17th of the following. Okay. You'll get a Jiu-Jitsu gi that'll fit you. We obviously have a kids gi in here because it's easier to hold and show, but we have adult gis obviously as well. Okay. Or you can pick our Taekwondo one, Fisher's Elite, the logo.
Yeah.
Uniform in it. It's a team uniform. We've got our logos and things on it. And then certificate in there, and both come with a car sticker as well. Aww. So that you can put on your car. But if you wanted to come in and you wanted to do a boxing thing for the month, we will put together the same thing. We put boxing gloves and hand wraps in there for you with the month classes.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So the uniform that is with it, right? Is that, do you wear that uniform throughout the whole process, or does your uniform change?
It depends. So for the Taekwondo class, they get a uniform that is their, you could look at it as it's kind of like their, official thing, their dress uniform maybe.
Yeah.
So if they are doing belt testing or they're doing a tournament, they have to wear that uniform. But
Okay.
in day-to-day class, they can either just wear the Taekwondo pants, or we sell colored pants, so it's easier for parents to take care of. With colored pants, they have the same logos down the legs and stuff, and they can wear a T-shirt to class with their belt instead of having to wear that uniform every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For boxing and Muay Thai, there's no uniform. You see, have your gloves and wraps and shin guards and stuff like that you have with you. And for the Jiu-Jitsu class, most of the Jiu-Jitsu classes are going to be in the uniform because we use the uniform. So we use the uniform because I can do stuff, like chokes and things with the uniform, but you can do the same chokes with a T-shirt. Just you would want a T-shirt for a class, right? Like you'd have to get a new T-shirt every single class. So you can use it. Yeah, so you can use this. So most classes I teach in the gi. We do have no gi specific times where you can't wear the jiu-jitsu gi, but I can. But every day I teach gi techniques and no gi techniques. That basically just means techniques with the uniform grip setups and if you don't have the grip set up. So I can teach both when we're still wearing the uniform.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I just didn't know because you had said uniforms, and I was like, wear those. Okay, so for anybody that's still watching, and I know we've kind of ebbed and flowed on people jumping on, but the question for the giveaway to win, like Jason said, the 1 month pass to go unlimited, and then the uniform is, what year did Fisher's Elite Martial Arts open? Well, I'm going to leave that up. Can you tell us where people can find you on either your website or social media if somebody is interested in kind of learning more?
The easiest way to find us is on our website, which is just fishersmartialarts.com. Awesome. Very simple, very basic. When you go there, you can pick what you're interested in, whether it's the jiu-jitsu or whether it's the taekwondo. We always give everyone a free class to come in and start. We're not trying to sell you anything. We want you to come in. We want you to kind of see what it is we do. We want you to see what makes us different. And then we also want a chance to see if you're a good fit for our team, especially when we're talking about adults. Not every adult's going to fit into what we do. We want to make sure people have positive energy, they're coachable, and that they're going to treat their teammates well and with respect, and that they have that team mentality of getting better with everybody as well as helping everybody. So, I
love that.
That's the easiest way. And then obviously you can find us on Facebook is the second easiest way. We're Fisher's Martial Arts on Facebook. And then we're on Facebook under Fisher's BJJ and boxing. So the symbol and then boxing. That one, you can get to either one on those. We have separate Facebook pages for those as well. So Fisher's BJJ and boxing is our other one. And then obviously our Twitter is Fisher's _ elite.
Okay.
There.
I didn't have that other Fisher's one. Sorry about that.
It's totally fine. It's not important because people can find the Fisher's Martial Arts. They can find it through the same thing.
That's awesome. Your website was very informative. I learned a lot. The website, it's done very well. So good job.
Thank you.
Because that's not always the case.
No.
So I really appreciate that. Well, I don't know if we'll have anybody that'll answer while we're here. I know I talked to you on the phone when a lot of times people watch it after the fact because I know this isn't the most opportune time for a lot of people, but that's okay. So we, all of ours almost always still get people after. So we'll kind of connect. So if somebody answers that question, then we'll get with you. But the only last question that I have is, what is something that you can tell us about yourself that nobody else really that we wouldn't know about you?
I am, I guess I'll go with that I am Native American. I'm adopted. So my birth mother ran away from the reservation and gave me up for adoption. I had great adoptive parents. They're still back in Virginia. I've got, and that's why if you look at some of the stuff we do, the jiu-jitsu thing that we do is called the Tribe. We've got another facility down in downtown Indianapolis at 500 North Meridian, Naptown BJJ. You can look them up as well if you're more of a downtown area person or if you work down there. Yeah. And people that are a member here can cross-train down there. People that are a member can cross-train here for free. Doesn't cost you anything extra. And but that's been something that means a lot to me. My logo, if you look at my
I love
logo,
it.
so if you look at the logo, so if you look at it, my name is Jason, obviously. So they're essentially J's.
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu logos tend to have triangular or circular. So they're both of those in there. And then the 3 stand for the things that I've done in martial arts, which I would consider the Taekwondo as the first thing that I did. The Jiu-Jitsu is the second thing that I did. And then the MMA, the fighting thing, was the third part I did. So those represent the 3 things that I've done, through martial arts.
I love that, Jason.
Thank you.
I really like that a lot. You need to tell that story all the time.
I'm always not sure if people want to hear those things or not.
Yes, that's what I love. That's my favorite part. Yes, I think that's really awesome. And I think your heritage means a lot, like I think that's who you are. And I think that's probably why people love you. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I'm proud of it. It's just, I feel like it's especially now with things coming around with, cancel culture and things like that,
Yes.
We haven't had anybody but one person say something about our tribe logo with this. And they said it to one of our competitors at a tournament, like, hey, you think it's right to have that on there? Like, I don't know, you go talk to my coach. And they're like, oh, he's Native American, isn't he? And he's like, yeah. They're like, okay. So,
Yeah.
But, I'm extremely proud of it.
Yeah.
Obviously we picked it because it is something that I'm proud of to represent us.
I love it. And I'm against cancel culture. So nobody's going to cancel you. I love that. I love that. Well, I fully have enjoyed having you on. I really hope that more people get to experience your gym. I know the Koopmans love it.
Yeah.
They are huge fans. Yes, they love it. So I very much appreciate it. I will get with you on if anybody answers that thing. And then for anybody that's still watching, next week we are interviewing Audra Fessler. She's a local hairstylist, but an avid outdoors woman. I said outdoorsman the other day, and I was like, no, she's a woman. We're interviewing her next Thursday, March 25th, and we're going to talk about the 1,000-hour challenge, which is getting outside and spending 1,000 hours outdoors. So we're going to talk about some unique ideas and ways to achieve that, because 1,000 hours is a lot. It's a lot. Jason, I'm not sure if you're getting 1,000 hours.
I don't think so. You're
getting 1,000 hours on the mat.
Yes.
You are achieving that
easily.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to interview her next week. So again, that's at 7:30. But thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate it.
I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hopefully, I'll get to meet you in the gym and experience. It might not be me on the floor, but maybe it could be my kids.
We would love it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. You have a wonderful night. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.